Your roll.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Calls me into order Monday, June 19th. Roll call, please.
Mayor Anderson.
Here.
Troy Boone.
Here.
Will Wolpe.
Here.
Art Schott.
Here.
Eli Seeley.
Here.
Teresa Swigan.
Here.
Mike Tiedemann.
Agenda was sent out. Is there any changes or anything for the agenda before we're done? I think we're going to remove the accepting the 2022 city audit report because it has not been received. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
Let's remove the recent swimming pool issues and possible disciplinary options, and if anyone has any questions, I can talk to them privately.
Was there more than just what I know?
No,
Because I was told of another situation, other than what I've addressed. Is that correct, Elaine? Is there another situation other than the child issue that I've taken care
I
of?
am not aware of any.
Okay. Maybe I should just talk to my committee afterwards then. We can take it off.
Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
Make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second. Motion by Seeley and seconded to adopt the agenda. Further discussion? None, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Approved minutes for June 5th, 2023 were sent out. Is there a motion to approve the June 5th, 2023 minutes?
Boone moves to approve the minutes from June 5th, 2020.
Second. Motion by Boone and seconded to approve the June 5th, 2023 minutes. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Public hearings, one-day temporary malt beverage license for the Beresford Area Chamber of Commerce scheduled for July 28th for Old Fashioned Weekend in the Bird Outer Mall.
So the notice of the hearing was in the newspaper, and I don't see anyone here objecting.
What's the hours on it?
Was that already in the paper? Or
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. I don't think it had the hours listed. It just has the date.
Well,
Yeah.
to like midnight or whatever, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock.
I think it's just a meeting, isn't it? A gathering?
It's a parking lot party.
Yeah.
With a van.
This is different than the one that's down here.
Yeah.
So you go on
This
past
is,
midnight?
2 nights.
I guess I'm not, that's a good question, Art. How does that work? If we approve it for this day, they have to be done at midnight then?
Oh,
Or they get to go till 2?
I believe Freeburg had before said it's event, because we had an incident where the tractor pull got rained out, and we had approved it for that event, so if it got moved, so Austin, you can probably say yay or not nay when it
It
comes to,
specifically says for the old fashioned weekend
Yeah.
in the notice.
and the
So it should
location.
be covered.
Yeah.
Was with the 2-day event, so yeah.
And this is just a public hearing, right? We're not,
This is to either grant the license or not.
We're gonna vote on it? So I make a motion for Monday temporary beverage license for Beresford Area Chamber of Commerce on July 28, 2023 for old fashioned weekend to be held at Burr's Auto Mall.
Second. Motion by Shot and seconded to approve the one-day temporary malt beverage license for the Beresford Area Chamber of Commerce July 28th Old Fashioned Weekend. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all fair say aye. Aye. Opposed? Visitors to be heard later. You're later down in here, aren't you? You're not hearing your visitors. That's what.
No.
Okay. No visitors to be heard, no reports. Finance office report.
And everybody's place setting is the May financials. Just a few things that happened in May. Twite Construction got the tequila entry put on our city hall door, and it's working great. We had put a special assessment on some property in town because we had to do some cleanup, and that was paid in May. That was $1,924, which was great to see. The Bridges purchased a 2019 Club Car Carryall 500, and the Beresford Community Foundation granted the city $13,000 for the Beulah Park rock wall restoration. That all came in May. And then the Bridges, we increased our revenue $46,700 from April to May of this year, and we increased by $27,000 from the same time last year.
That's great. That's great. Good job.
And again, like I say every month, the sewer, that is negative just because of the wastewater treatment facility. And once the funding is in place, I will move all of that to the loan. But in the meantime, it doesn't look pretty. That is all I have.
Is there a motion to accept the May 2023 financial report?
I'll make a motion to accept May 2023 financial reports relating charges stated.
Move second.
Motion by Shot and seconded to accept the May 2023 financial report. Any further discussion?
I would only note that 24,000 in interest income, that's awesome.
Yeah.
About it in 1 month.
Oh, I forgot to bring that up.
I just noticed that I was
Yeah.
looking at our kid balances and I'm like,
Yeah,
holy cow,
it
that
is.
was a good move there.
That is so nice to open that up in the first of the month and just be like, wow. I mean, this isn't like $100. This is 24,000.
Great.
It was a little scary. Their website crashed last week. And so there was a lot of people panicking, you know, my money's still there, and so, yeah, it was still there. Just couldn't access the website.
Just the website.
Yeah.
No further discussion. All in favor to accept the May 2023 financial report, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Accepted. Old business 2023 community fireworks display.
I reached out to Premier Pyrotechnics to ask them a couple of our options. If we could hold it, the $3,500 to next year's display, or if we can refund the money. And they said we can do both. So I know you had mentioned doing Thursday, July 27th.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're willing to do whatever we wish.
That's a staffing issue, right?
That, and I don't think our display is large enough for them to make it worth their while. So they're kind of putting us at the bottom of the list, and we're losing out. So I don't know if one of you wants to go get your license to shoot off fireworks, and then, you know,
I can't remember who started that conversation, but they were not necessarily wanting to do it on that Thursday, the 27th. And they thought maybe we should just try to double our display next year, or see if we could just get a refund.
I'm thinking that when we go to budget for next year, we're gonna need to either increase it or find someone else or kibosh it.
So what is your suggestion? You say we just get a refund then if we think we have to change vendors anyways, or?
It'd be kinda nice to find someone local that would shoot fireworks off. If anyone knows of anyone. That way we could refund it and then maybe hire them.
If we get a refund from them, we can always hire them to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like we're,
Does Dennis McKelvey sell fireworks, but I don't know if he's licensed to shoot. I know they,
I don't know.
yeah, we'd have to check out who's a good shooter.
I would say, in my opinion, I'd say get a refund.
Yeah.
And then we can readjust.
Yeah, I agree with you, sure.
I mean, even if we get a refund, we can say, okay, let's do it on the 27th or 28th or whatever. But if we don't start that process, and then we decide there's somebody else to do it, then
But if we get a refund, we won't have the fireworks to do it on the 27th.
Yeah.
Because they would cancel our order.
Yeah.
oh, they
It
would
would be
just cancel it, period.
Mm-hmm.
Just wondering, if we were to find somebody else who could do it, would they, because I don't know how this works, would they prefer that we bought fireworks through them?
My guess is they would probably go get the fireworks.
Because they would profit.
That and they probably have some sort of connection to get maybe more of the aerial ones than what you could go just to like, and I don't know if like Michelle McLaughlin has someone that she knows or she has access to the.
Well, I'm just wondering. If we did find somebody who's willing to do it on a date that people want them to do it, it may be more advantageous for them to do the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get fireworks, because I'm sure if they've got the license, they probably have access to the fireworks and distributor, they're probably making a cutoff of that plus shooting. Maybe it's to our advantage just to refund.
The money back and make some calls, what you can do, that's all we can do.
And it might be too late for this year to get somebody lined up, but.
Money talks, it's never too late if you got enough money.
You imagine the funds are?
Before it's kind of town. I haven't worked it out for 2 years. Just got done with school.
If we're not gonna do the display, I would say I would prefer refund.
You just get the refunds, make a couple calls and go from there, make a decision, we got to go to money yet.
Is there a motion for a refund?
I make a motion for a refund, for the fireworks display.
Motion by Schott, second to request a refund. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all fair say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? New business, letter for support of the South Dakota housing development.
This is where we just need a motion to have you sign this letter of support for the South Dakota Housing Infrastructure Financing Program, which will be to assist with funding the wastewater and water infrastructure for the Bach Property Housing Development Project.
This is the grant application we've had in for months, right?
Yeah.
The motion is just to approve, authorizing you to sign this letter supporting the process.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna make a motion to authorize mayor to sign a letter of support for SDHDA Housing Infrastructure Financing Program.
Second.
Motion to second to support the South Dakota Housing Development Authority Housing Infrastructure Program letter. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all fair say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Next item is a memorandum of understanding between the city of Beresford and local 426 IBEW. Memorandum reads, This memorandum of understanding made and entered into between the city of Beresford and local 426 IBEW with respect to addition of section 13, article 22, police department effective June 5th, 2023, will expire at the conclusion of the current collective bargaining agreement between the parties. What it says that we are adding is federal overtime. This is the thing that Chief Shirk brought to the council 6 weeks ago, maybe. Is that right? Where they are applying to that grant, is that correct?
Yes.
Where they would allow the officers to receive overtime pay when they were working for work that was aligned with that grant. Or the
You need a motion?
traffic work. Yep.
Shall I make a motion for the memorandum of understanding between the city of Beresford, South Dakota, and local 426 IBEW as the mayor stated.
Second.
Motion by Schott and seconded to approve the memorandum of understanding between the city and local 426. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Approved. We have a request to consume alcohol at the Grace B. Nelson Ball Field Complex for the co-ed softball tournament scheduled for August 19th. This is the same as last year.
This is the same group from last year, and they understand that there is construction going on up there and that there could be a chance that their tournament gets kiboshed. But we're getting this put in place so that if they can hold it, it's good to go.
Yeah, I think there was some discussion this weekend that if they have one field, like if they're doing construction on the northeast field, the tournament will be played on a single field. There's
Yeah.
only 4 teams last year, so
Yeah.
it was sort of their first foray into seeing if there was some interest in.
Need a motion or? Shall I make a motion for request to consume alcohol at the Grace B. Nelson Ball Field Complex for co-ed softball tournament on August 19th. As Elaine stated, there might be an issue with the fields. Other than that, that's the motion.
Motion by Schott, seconded to consider the request to consume alcohol at Grace B. Nelson Ball Field August 19th. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Approved. Another request to consume alcohol, Bureau Lions Shelter for a Soup Court annual picnic August 10th. Same, I think, again as last year.
Yep. From approximately, they said that they would get there at 3 and start setting up, and then they should be gone and done by 10.
So I can make a motion to request, or to approve the request to consume alcohol below Park Lion Shelter for Sioux Corp annual picnic on August 10th.
Shall I second?
Motion by Spade and seconded to consider the request to consume alcohol, Bureau Park Lion Shelter, Sioux Court, August 10th. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Approved. Request from Ladies Morning Coffee to paint mural in women's restroom along South 7th Street.
They provided any samples. And that's again my concern.
Just, we're talking spray paint, we're talking.
I don't know any of the details
Mhm.
on it at all, other than just the request to paint a mural.
Who's the leader of this Mary Band of characters?
Donna Reed.
I'd kind of like to see a picture of what they're gonna print. You know,
I would
just,
request a sample of what they're.
Pardon?
I would request a sample of.
yeah, what's going on, just to be on the safe side. We don't have to say, yeah, next thing you know, we're in the news. We'll leave it at that.
The likelihood that they're going to fetch something that would create issues is probably pretty low, but.
No, but I mean, it's better to be advised, you know, before we approve it.
I'll throw out my 2 cents, and I don't think we should allow anyone to do anything on any of them. I mean, they're only a year or 2 old.
I would agree.
And then who do we stop? What groups do we say can do it? What groups do we say can't do it? Is it inside? Is it outside? I think it's just gonna open a huge can of worms. And, I mean, if it needs to be cleaned, the reason we got those is so we can go into the power washer and power wash them.
I kind of agree with you. I drove by there yesterday and looked just to see kind of even where they would put it. I'm confused on where they would put it. That's why I would want to see an example first. But then also looking at it and thinking, gosh, that's a brand new structure.
Right.
That looks really neat with the brick that we put up, you know, ordered on it, all that. So I'd be fine if you want to say no.
I mean,
It's 3.
we had a discussion a little bit ago before the meeting quickly, and what if the high school art team or class comes and wants to start painting some of the city structures? I don't think, I mean, where do you draw the line? I don't think it's a good precedence to set.
Rock Rapids actually has murals all over downtown that different organizations have. It does look neat there, but yeah, it has to be done in the right way, I think.
Well, I mean, if people wanna, put them on their private businesses and stuff like that, 'cause that's in Rapid City.
Oh,
Rapid City does it too, the art alley or whatever,
Oh, sure.
but those are all private. And I mean, that's completely different than, I mean, what do we say is a city structure that we're not? I doubt Austin wants the outside of BMTC painted.
I wouldn't mind getting it painted, but.
Okay, well, that's not why you're here.
How many votes we need to
Yeah.
cancel? I'll go with Troy.
Well, if we don't take any action, then, right?
I know the bathrooms cost a fortune, but I kinda agree with Troy, I think we're gonna open up another can of worms. The bathrooms cost quite a bit of money.
But nice because they're clean, they're neat, they're simple.
And you can go in with a power washer.
I'll wash the whole thing from ceiling to floor, with no worries.
You're not damaging it, you know.
There's no motion either way.
Is there somebody to contact to talk to them about this? Do you have a contact, or how did this?
I'm thinking that someone went to Ben, and then Ben brought it to Jerry, and then I'm kind of like the third hand of this conversation.
Do we even know what Ben thinks of it?
No, we don't. I don't.
Because, you know, maybe it's,
I mean, it's on the walking path too, so it's not just golf course.
I mean, whoever needs to pass it along, explain the concerns, not just it's a no. In my opinion.
So I'm hearing no action. Maybe more information is needed. Motion. We'll move on to the next item. Request from the chamber to close a portion of 3rd Street from the library to Carrie's Cuts and Curls on July 28th for the Kitty Pedal Cruise during Old Fashioned Weekend. This happened last year too, right?
Yeah, it was new and it was a real success. And we, had families and their kids up and down the street, and we have a food truck coming this year, and a new Beresford Youth Football League is going to be selling ice cream treats too as a fundraiser. So we want to go with the same thing we did last year. We just kind of change the theme every year, but it was a good event.
What is the theme this year?
Animals,
Animals?
like zoo animals.
I know last year it was like neon.
Yeah.
Here's kind of a question, did you discuss with Jeff so he knows what the horses and stuff deals with the street? Because he made a comment to me that he's working with you guys. If you need to block something off, that he was gonna help you guys.
Okay.
So, just so you know, so we know what's going on. You need a motion for that? Should I make a motion to request from Chamber to close a portion of 3rd Street from the library to Carrie's Cuts and Curls on July 28th for Kitty Pedal Cruise during the Old Fashioned Saturday weekend.
Before we, on a final note, is there any way we can have the library bathrooms open?
Well, we discussed that before, because I read my notes and I already talked to you. You gotta talk to Jane. I mean, a little bit to inform her. I did go over there the next day and let the workers know.
So
I did
she's
let
the one
Jane
to
know.
talk to?
And she said she was gonna kind of talk to you about it, because, she'd have to, if you're gonna have 20 or 30 people use the bathroom, I'm pretty sure she might have to have an employee, there.
Okay,
So I wanna be fair on that.
well,
I mean,
all right.
that's the department head. I'm not saying we're not gonna do it, but
What is the time of the pedal?
6 to 8.
They close at 6 now, I believe, on Fridays.
Yeah, that was the thing. She's closed, but yeah.
I think.
But don't they lock? Can't they lock the doors and this door and just have the bathroom open?
Elaine, do we get any porta potties for the street dance? City?
No, the city does not.
We, out of the subsidy that for the bounce arounds and stuff, the porta potties were, you know, any leftovers, that's what we use it for, is the porta potties, for the street dance.
So,
But
there are porta potties?
no, not this year. Not
How
much.
much do 2 of them cost to rent for a week?
$150 a piece. You know,
Is Lonnie getting any for the street dance?
I'm assuming he is.
Can we maybe, if Jane has a conflict with opening the building and stuff.
Yeah, I'll ask her, and then we
If she
can,
does, then let's regroup, and let's get a couple out of like my budget or somebody's.
Okay.
And we can throw some down here for the weekend.
I think 2 would be enough.
Well, we
Don't
could
you?
even, we could just get 2 anyway, put them down on this end.
I mean, yeah, no, we might get two there, two
Oh.
here. I mean, let's figure it out.
There's a lot of people.
I'd rather have a couple around
A
than
little extra.
deal with it the next day or 2 after.
I'd rather just get the 2.
We'll figure something out. If Jane can't, or for
Okay.
a reason, we'll find some solutions.
sounds good.
I will second the motion for closure.
So a motion by Sean, seconded to approve the closure of 3rd from Library to Carrots, Cuts and Curls, July 28th for Fellow Cruise. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Next item, consider the purchase of 2024 Police Interceptor SUV off of the state bid.
So this is not in the budget for this year, but it's not looking like we'll be able to even get the police car until next year. But if we do end up getting it in 23, we need to have this okay before we can even
Okay.
go forward.
Well, we have to authorize them to put in the bid request, right? Or is it already?
So what I was sent from Jerry for that, and the next item is that Lamb is looking, they wanna know, especially for the GM prize, who's gonna buy, how many do they want? So that way they can get their allocation from GM. So I think that's all really that I'm looking for at this point.
And I'm assuming it's the same with the police interceptor.
And we can always amend our budget.
What was
We
that?
can always amend the budget at the end of the year if we need to cover, if it comes early. So I'm gonna make a motion to purchase 2024 Ford Police Interceptor SUV contract number 17619 off of state bid from Lamb Motors Oneida.
Boone second.
Motion by Stagg and seconded by Boone to authorize the purchase of the 2024 Ford Police Interceptor SUV off of contract 17619. Discussion.
I would really like to see our police department though downside. We aren't keeping all of these vehicles once this new one comes. We need to be forced to get rid of something.
Didn't Churchill comment that he was gonna kind of look at 1 or 2 of them, you know, to sell or get a down payment?
Yeah, I know, but then we always seem to get excuses that if we need this,
No, I think we
somebody
better be
needs us to
adding
go
it.
to training.
I
We
think
don't
we-
need a police vehicle to send somebody to training. We have a city car for that. So I really want to see them downside here.
Thank you.
Have a great day, doing a great job, thank you, appreciate it.
Any further discussion on contract 17619? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Approved. Similar purchase for the, this one is for the telephone department, 2024 Silverado, contract 17618.
Austin does have this in his budget for this year, and if it does not end up coming through, then we can just move it to next year's budget.
Yeah, we were gonna buy
Any
one this year.
trade-ins or any, or just got the?
We have a 97 Ford that we could, I don't know if the golf course is interested or the park is interested in or not, or
We got money in the budget though.
I do, yes, we got 45,000
Right,
bucks for this
okay.
year, but then the state bids did not get, there was no vehicles available
Mhm.
off it until just now, which I believe this is for 2024. That is the way it appears.
So a little background, we met and discussed, and essentially Austin waited till the bids came out, and the bids ended up being maybe the same price, but for a more capable vehicle than what was available on the lot. And technically it'd be a newer vehicle, I guess now, 24s, which is similar to the police vehicle. When I myself was looking, the price of this vehicle is essentially the same price as the 23s that were available out on some lots right now. But we're 2 steps below this vehicle in terms of capability and options for essentially the same price. So it's a better vehicle for the same price.
Well, we need a motion for that or what?
Yep.
Well, I'll make a motion to consider purchase of 2024 Chevrolet Silverado contract 17618, all state bid for Lamb's motor, ONIDA, based on, he's got money set aside on the budget. Purchase it.
Motion by Schott, seconded to consider purchase of 2024 Chevy Silverado, contract 17618, Land Motors, and Oneida. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Approved. Part-time police officer.
Chief Shirk has put in a request to hire Grayson Lass at $25 an hour. He is a certified police officer who is currently working for the Union County Sheriff's Department.
Was he one of our officers when we went to the sheriff's or?
No.
Oh, okay. Shall I make a motion, part-time police officer hire for Beresford Police Department, Grayson at $25 an hour and certified.
Is there, I mean, what's the reason for hiring another part-time guy? Just,
I think the ones that he has on right now just don't respond.
Oh.
Aren't available, so he's just trying to get his roster larger.
so this isn't specifically to cover shifts or anything like that, it's just to have one
Fill in.
in case you need.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of the officers that are planning some vacations soon. They need coverage.
He works for the medical, he works for Union County here, and he just has to live in town. He's also an ambulance crew.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's been a phenomenal volunteer in the first 90 days, and very proactive.
I'm just wondering, because, I mean, we've hired a couple part-time officers in the last year. And that's,
I know one of the last ones he hasn't even worked yet. We approved to hire him, and he has never worked.
Can we take him off the roster?
I think we need to have that conversation with Shirk to see what his thoughts are of why he has him on or why he's keeping
I
him
mean,
on.
I don't have a problem with this one. I'm just wondering why we keep hiring on them.
Does it cost us to have them on our work
When
comp?
it comes to work comp, yeah.
So yeah, we probably need to have that conversation. If they're not gonna work, have to use them, take them off. But
Sorry, didn't you do this?
No further discussion? Motion is, Officer Grayson, $45 an hour part-time, all in favor say aye.
I
Opposed?
I didn't catch who seconded that.
Final item under new business is changing the July 3rd city council date.
I spoke to Attorney Freeberg,
Yeah.
and he said that if there's no pending business, we could actually cancel it. The only request I have is that you give me the authority to pay the bills. And then I can bring the batch to the next meeting, and you guys can review them. But
I know for one, I will be out.
I'll be up to the time. You make a motion?
Well, let's discuss and see, do we want to? And then things come up for the old fashioned weekend, so that only gives us one meeting.
We can always have an
17th or,
emergency.
I guess we could call a special meeting
Yeah,
if we
more
needed
people can
to.
come in.
Like if needed, we'd have to, we set the date, right? By public notice.
yeah, 24 hours.
So if we needed to have a meeting, we could set it for the 5th, you know, a day or two before that, right?
So you would have to have it that Friday or Monday. Know if you're gonna have it or not. Because we're closed on the 4th.
That's what I'm saying. So if we knew that something came up,
Mhm.
I'm assuming there's going to be a quorum available on the 5th.
I'm in town, I'm going. I don't even need four. You gonna be in town?
Well,
There's two.
would you have it on the 10th and the 24th then, or just skip one?
We would just skip the 5th, or the week of the 3rd.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with the 17th meeting.
I'm okay with that, like we just wanna plan on canceling it, but if something comes up in the next week and a half
We'll
where
call
we
a
need to
special
have,
meeting.
we
On
will
the
put
5th
that
or
on
the
the,
6th or something?
yeah, call one for the 5th or 6th.
Or we
I
can
can't
always
do
have
the
a conference
6th,
call.
I can do the 5th.
You can always have a conference call if you book it or won't.
Well, if people are in town, they're in town. If we have enough to do a meeting, we can just do a quick meeting.
Could we authorize the payment of the bills?
Given me the authority to pay the bills for that meeting, because it's a lot of Olson's Ace Hardware, Mueller Auto, the city bills, the utility bills, the telephone.
Those can wait.
I go delinquent on those. That's usually the first meeting, and the second meeting is more of our health insurance, Aflac.
I would be fine doing you an authorization to pay the bills with the side note if there's something that's questionable, hold it,
Yeah.
maybe.
Mhm.
We need a motion or what? We can all agree on it, right? We all agree on it, so.
Is it an, oh yeah, there's other new business.
We can get away without a motion if we all agree on it.
The way to do it is to first make a motion to not have a city council meeting on the 3rd, and then a separate motion to authorize Elaine to have the ability to pay bills, given the exceptions.
Okay,
So do it in two separate motions.
Okay, I'll make a motion to consider changing the July 3rd city council meeting date.
Cancel.
To cancel it.
The second.
Second.
Oh, go ahead.
Motion by Schatz, seconded by Seeley to cancel the July 3rd city council meeting. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Approved. Second motion.
I'll make a
Maybe make
motion
a
to authorize payment of the bills, given the exceptions which is identified in the previous motion.
Wait a second.
Motion by Seeley to authorize payment of bills in July that are regularly occurring on unusual, right? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Approved. We have two travel requests. The elected officials workshop and the SDMEA board. Is there a motion to approve the two travel requests?
So I'll make a motion to approve the travel request.
Motion by Schatz, seconded to approve the two listed travel requests. Any further discussion?
If anyone would like to go to that elected officials workshop, if you could please reach out to me by June 30th so that I can book some
I might
rooms.
go, maybe. I might cook, maybe, I'll maybe figure this out in a day or two. 10 years, 15 years.
For discussion, all fair say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Is there a motion for payment of bills?
Move to pay the bills.
Second.
Motion by Boone, and seconded to authorize payment of bills. All fair say aye. Opposed? Motion approved. For the council meeting adjourned.